Hi, I'm Nick. A few years back, my wife and I decided to join a bunch of friends who are living in community, and our attraction and desire was to really engage in local neighbourhoods, and we ended up finding ourselves in Berhampore and Newtown, wanting to do life with our friends and also have an outward focus of connecting in and around our neighbourhood with the people who lived in those beautiful suburbs. There were a lot of challenges in doing that practically. We were looking at Newtown at the time, rents were going up, there wasn't a lot of places for a rental, and there's not necessarily a lot of places for rental together, so there was always a challenge because we were young or students or working part-time to try and facilitate what we're doing ministry-wise, actually just to get good accommodation in and around together to support our community dreams and aspirations. That was a challenge. Yeah, I think we had to start to think outside of the box, and that just being tenants forever was not that stable, and with rentals going up and bits and pieces it was difficult. So what we did do is we joined with some of our friends and we jointly purchased property. We had one property in Newtown and we weren't living there because to support our ministry we were living in another place, and it became a potential that we could go and live in this property, but we were really keen to have another house next door to support what we were doing. So one of our friends in community said, hey, why not the house next door? So we knocked on the door, found out that the house was being rented, and we spoke directly to the owner, and it was the week before that the owner had watched a TV program about being a landlord, and they felt that they'd been a pretty useless and stink landlord, and they were thinking about selling. So we were Johnny on the spot, so to speak, and we just had a chat through about how about selling the house to us, and they agreed. And so we let the students run their term period in the house, and we got the house, which was fantastic. Knocked the fence out and had two big places next to each other, which was, you know, fantastic facility for community. Community is great. Community is an awesome vehicle, and I think that Jesus doesn't call us to do this journey by ourselves. And so community was great because there's a lot of synergy, there's a lot of good stuff that works together. You can do your shopping together, you can do childcare together, you can hang out, you can share your struggles, you share your joys, and a lot of life together really adds richness and value. So one particular family that was in our community living in one of the houses had space and bedroom space available and a historical relationship with one particular young teenager, and they were able to offer some space in that house of supportive accommodation for him, and that meant that he could have a stable school environment, go through secondary school with them, have a place to stay, and they knew that they weren't going to be ousted or kicked out of that environment, so they were able to offer a really good home base for him. I think the challenge is to be creative and not just follow the model of, oh, you've got to save up and get a mortgage, and that's, you know, a deposit and then a mortgage, and that's the sum total of the journey. I think with co-buying it's really good that obviously people are really clear up front what it's all about. I think you've got to be really clear that it's not about a financial return, it's actually about a social and ministry return as well, and I think you just want to be really clear about that, and you want to go on a journey with people who have that same kaupapa as you. I think that's really important.